Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to show you why do you deal with time wasted and garbage quotes and leads as a tradesman or a trade business. So let's get started. First off, we need to think of where do these time wasters come from. So let's write down where. Obviously, the time wasters are leads, so they come with your current leads. So where does your leads come from? Let's think of that too. Where does your leads come from? It's most with these two. It's either word of mouth or Google, because these two are the most preferred and usual methods in the home improvement industry or the tradesman industry. Because I've been working with these people for a long time, and it's usually what I came across with. So the pros and cons of this. Pros. So the pros of it is that you don't have to spend anything on them, and they always keep coming if you deliver good, and they will even bring you more people if you make them happy with word of mouth again. And the Google is most used search engine in the UK. But the cons is that the leads can be absolute garbage most of the time. And they're only there to maybe hear or just take a look, hear a price or take a look at what I can do. And you can't easily track them. You can't easily track them with word of mouth. With Google, yes, you can track them. So this is word of mouth. You can't track them, and they waste your time. They waste your time and your efforts. So everything goes to waste. So an example scenario of how this word of mouth happens is basically, so this is John, okay, and you do John a really good roofing job, and he likes it very much, and he invites over Martin. This is Martin, and Martin sees and says, "Didn't know you made some changes on the roof, mate. Looks really good." Okay. And John says, "Yeah, the man has seen done this for me. It looks very good, amazing, blah blah blah." And then Martin says, "Well, I'm looking to do something like this in the future." He's thinking, "Well, I'm looking to do something like this in the future." And how can I contact Adam? Now, this is how do you get people. This is how do you get jobs, okay? We don't know if Martin is really committed, okay? You don't know if he has the budget for it, and you don't know if he's contacting to hear the offer or see what you can do for him. Because maybe he's gonna come and just ask you what's your price, give me a quote, blah blah blah. He's gonna learn the price and go to someone else to get a cheaper price for the same job. It's most of it gonna happen like that. And it's not what we want, okay? We want them to be committed, we want them to be wanting to actually give us a job, not just book a quote. So this is a fast 3 method which I use for my clients that had the same problems. Now, this starts with a unique and tailored meta ad for your business. Now, to create it unique, you must research what other tradesmen are running as ads and make your generic ad something unique. So generic ad looks something like this. They have the contact information and are just a video or an image. But unique ad looks something like this. Another happy customer. They're showcasing their happy customers, which still is one of the best things you can do. And there's the job, like here. And they've got zero stock image. This image literally, one is the owner, one is the customer. Zero stock image, and it's completely tailored to that company. As I've never seen a company post their customers as an ad, which is kind of rare. So, and then after that, we've got the 3-step application form, which is basically friction. So friction is basically more qualifying. So we have a high barrier of entry to not accept the time wasters, early time wasters from filling out. A simple form that would basically freak out your leads. Basically, this is our little barrier of entry, i.e. the homeowner, and then we get their contact information, which is key for the next step. And before we contact them, we direct them to your website. Now, after the form, they go to the lead handling software, which you must use the high-level software to be able to complete this step. So the high-level software, what does this high-level lead handler look like? So as soon as the lead signs up, it takes in the first 10 minutes to tell us what briefly they're looking for. And if they reply, we request the we request the location. And if they reply to that too, you get sent a mobile notification and book the code, which is manual. But all these steps throughout them are automatic, so you don't have to lift a finger to complete 70% of the code booking process. And if they don't reply, this is something really good that I like. We send them an automated message, are you there? And then still no reply in 48 or 24 hours. Again, an automated message. We create them urgency so they reply as soon as possible. So once we have covered this, now we have to consider other factors you have to know with ads. So always make sure your campaign detail is set for leads. Okay. Now, how can you make sure for this? Basically, when you're creating a new campaign, you go to campaign details and you choose these icons right here. Sorry for the blurry image, but it's gonna say leads here. So choose your campaign always for leads as the goal is like this, and Facebook is gonna adjust it more according to leads. And then try to target as broad as possible you can do. And here's why. There are more specific homeowners in the whole London than Enfield, for example. But I'm not telling you to try to target the whole London if you just do the southeast London or maybe northwest London. Just try to target as broad as possible you can do. Okay? So let's say you have £25, okay? You put in London, for example, 25% of both areas are interested in renovating their homes. London has 10x more than Enfield. So we reach more and never run out of all kinds of people interested in renovating their homes. So maybe Enfield has few people who love enjoying their weekends, and maybe one stay-at-home mom. But London has few stay-at-home moms and lots of 9 to 5s that love to enjoy their home in the weekends, and maybe some home dads or maybe some fathers who love to enjoy their weekends, their Sundays with their friends in their backyard. Okay, so there's all kinds of people in London, and if you put £25 in London, it's gonna get you better results rather than just Enfield. Okay, so yeah, in basic terms, targeting a broader area has a better chance of becoming a winning ad, because this is not something I can explain you easily theoretically. It's just a rule and it's true. So think of every kind of person possible as leads as a person when choosing the interests. Sorry for that. So these three people, right? This is a stay-at-home mom. This is a housewife. This is a guy who has 9 to 5 jobs and loves to enjoy his weekends watching Netflix, and he wants a separate room with a fireplace to enjoy Netflix. And this mom, she would love her kitchen looking very nice. And this young teen would love, he's ambitious and he has a hobby of gaming, so he wants a gaming room. Okay. So as you can see, these people have different interests, hobbies, but the same interest and still improving their homes. So if you target these three people, if you choose your interests and hobbies according to these three people, then it would get you better results. And now we come to the lead magnets. So what are lead magnets? Basically, a lead magnet is something like a discount or a freebie that makes the prospect wanting to take action for. For example, this is a lead magnet, 10% off and a free code. This makes the viewer wanting to book because there's 10% off and a free code. Now, you're not necessary to use a discount or a freebie, but if you do, it will book you double more estimates or codes. At the end of the day, you're sacrificing 10% of your price, of your revenue, to get double more books, to get double more codes, to get double more jobs, which at the end of the day will get you into profit. But still, if you don't want to or just can't make a discount or a freebie at the moment, then you don't have to necessarily, but it will just book you more. It's not going to downgrade anything. This will just help and will get you better results. So, the results, we got our clients in 30 days using the following methods that I mentioned just right now. 13,000 account reach, 13,000 account reach again, and 45,000 accounts reach. Now I'm going to show you what these accounts reach are equivalent to booked quotes. Now from this 13,000 account reach, you could booked 8 quotes. From this again 13,000 account reach, we booked 9 total quotes. And from this 45,000 accounts reach, we booked 28 booked quotes in the 30 days, which means we booked continuously quotes every single day in the month. Now, what you can do with all of this, if you want and have time and effort for it, you can take all of this and try to implement it yourself. Or let me and my team come in and set up and handle all of this for you. If so, and you're a tradesman or in the home improvement industry, DM me ready on Instagram, which I left in the description, and we'll have a brief chat with you to see if we can help in the first place. Okay? So make sure you drop a like and subscribe so you don't miss out more content like this. And lastly, take care, mate. Cheers.